players that will be here today at Wembley come from the Leicester and Rutland FA. The referee, Bob Mathewson, who comes from Bolton. Very important man indeed. Clive White from Harrow, one linesman, and Ray Rodell from Bedfordshire, the other. Emlyn Hughes there with the ball tucked under his arm. Both sides have now left the quiet of their dressing room, and soon the noise will really hit them. Tommy Docherty on the right. Here with Preston as a player in 54 and he lost. Here with Chelsea as a manager on 67 and he lost. Here with Southampton last year, with Manchester United last year, and they lost as well. Bob Paisley on the left. The man who scored in the 1950 semi-final for Liverpool, dropped for the final, took over from Bill Shankly in 1974, and he's only Liverpool's 5th manager since the war. Well, you can see them, the crowd as yet can't. But here they come, and now they can. And what proud men leading their teams out. Managers everywhere will tell you that this is the moment you fight, you sweat, you worry and you work for so many years. And their hearts at this moment must be pumping with pride. Turf for the first time with their boots on. After Albiston just gone through, there's Lou Macari. Manchester United on this side, Joey Jones, Jimmy Greenoff, and his brother Brian just behind him. The last time two brothers played at Wembley was in 1967 when Ron and Alan Harris played for Chelsea, then of course managed by Tommy Docherty. Bob Mathewson in the centre, the 6th member, in fact, of the Bolton Referee Society to get a final, and the 3rd since the war. That's a tremendous achievement for those referees up in Bolton. Well done. We're now joined by all our friends in the other side of the world in New Zealand, as the teams are now on the field for this Jubilee Cup final. Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, Mr. Harold Thompson, the chairman of the Football Association, on the right of the picture Ted Croker, the secretary of the FA. Now moving to the left for the national anthem. First of all, the Duke of Kent being, or other teams being presented to him, Liverpool first. What do players say at this time, and what normally do members of royalty say to the players at this time? Is this a great moment, Jack?
Yeah, it's a tremendous moment. When I played here one year, the Duke of Edinburgh said to me, whiter than white. I don't know what he meant by that. Probably the strip we had on at the time.
He said what?
Whiter than white. I felt like saying, well, I'm no angel. But I think he knew that.
Mind you, Emlyn Hughes showing no signs whatsoever of any strain. I've never known a player with a readier smile that lights up his whole face, more so than Emlyn. Ian Callaghan, what a servant he's been, next to his manager there, Bob Paisley. One of life's gentlemen there. I don't think he could say a harsh word about anybody, and I think the biggest job he's had to do probably this whole season was to tell David Fairclough that he wouldn't be in the team for Wembley. Now it's the turn of Manchester United with Martin Buchan. Steve Coppell being presented. David McCreary nearest the camera there, the Manchester United substitute. Well, I wonder what's going through Manchester United's minds at the moment. I wonder if ever a thought of Southampton and last season even occurs to them now, or do they wipe that clean and say to themselves, this is quite another game. Royal Highness the Duchess of Kent here as well. She'll be presenting the cup in a beautiful yellow suit, and that's quite a tassel on the hat, Jack. But I think it's the moments that come up now that the players now look forward to most of all, with these ceremonies over. A chance really to stretch their legs, get the ball at their feet, bang it around into the net, get the feel of what Mike Shannon and Jackie Charlton were saying, in fact, is a very firm Wembley turf indeed. So they go back to the Royal box, and in fact, of course, the game cannot start until the Duke of Kent returns to the box. This man, Tommy Smith. They've been saying for 3 or 4 years it's got to be his last year, but nobody really expected him to come back and play this year. But I doubt if anybody has played more consistently well throughout the season than Tommy. Kevin Keegan already stripped in the white of Liverpool. Remember, they tossed up before the teams met at Anfield a few weeks ago in a league game. The toss-up for the match was also the toss-up for colours, and Lou Macari on that occasion won it for Manchester United. The Liverpool team then, with Ray Clements in goal, Phil Neal, Joey Jones, Tommy Smith, Ray Kennedy, Emlyn Hughes, Kevin Keegan, Jimmy Kay, Steve Highway, David Johnson, Terry McDermott, and the substitute Ian Callaghan, team manager Bob Paisley. And Manchester United, Alex Stepney, Jimmy Nicholl, Arthur Albiston, in for Stuart Houston, of course, Sammy McElroy, Brian Greenoff, Martin Buchan, the captain, Steve Coppell, little Lou Macari, Stuart Pearson, Jimmy Greenoff, Gordon Hill, the substitute David McCreary, who came on for Hill last year, manager, the one and only Tommy Docherty. In the centre, referee Bob Mathewson. I can tell you something about him. He will toss up now with a 1967 penny, which was the year he came onto the Football League list. I'm told he keeps it polished, and occasionally a player will remark on how clean it is, which gives Bob the chance to say, and that's the way I want the game as well. Bob Mathewson, of course, a professional, played in the early 1950s with Bolton Wanderers. Clive White, the linesman, on the left. There's the penny. And it looks as though Martin Buchan has won the toss. Will it mean anything, Jackie? The fact that Martin Buchan has won the toss, is that going to mean anything?
Well, that's 2 in a row they've won. They won the toss for the colours and they've won the toss for the way they kick. Let's see if they can do it 3 in a row. I don't think it'll make a lot of difference today, actually. It's a bit windy outside the stadium, but it doesn't tend to affect too much down on the surface.
Well, Steve Highway scored here in 1971 against Arsenal, scored here in 1974 against Newcastle. If he scores today, he'll be the first player ever to score in 3 cup finals. Alex Stepney, the man who admitted that after last season's defeat on the way back to Manchester, wept openly. And Ray Clements, the assassin they call him, always giving defenders a lot of stick when things go wrong, but I think most people will agree the #1 goalkeeper by a long way in Britain. What about Arthur Albiston? An unexpected chance in a cup final for him, and with a task maybe of looking after Steve Highway if he comes onto his side of the field. A young Scot from Edinburgh with a big job to do. So Brian Greenough looking round, making sure everybody's ready. Bob Mathewson also looking around, making sure everybody's ready. And in a moment, the 1977 Jubilee Cup final will be underway. Well, we saw Brian, and this is his elder brother, Jimmy, signed this season from Stoke City for £100,000, and what a buy that has turned out to be, not only for Manchester United, but for Jimmy himself as well. It's going to be Liverpool who kick off. And away we go. Liverpool then attacking the goal to our left. Here's Highway, the first touch for him. Smith. Case couldn't get hold of that one. A free kick though, a foul on Jimmy Case. Great goal-scoring record he's had in the last month. He'll hope to keep that one going. In fact, the ball right at the other end of the field where Ray Clements wants a feel of it. And it'll be Smith with the free kick for Liverpool. Buchan's header. And a throw to Liverpool. Brian Greenough just glancing it into touch. Hughes planting it forward towards Keegan. Beaten in the air.